Hi, it's Christina with the Sisyphean Journal, and today we're seeing two lives come together in a way that ends in death for an unborn baby and its mother. And all of this happened while the doctor in question was out on bail pending a murder conviction. Now, this was abortionist Raymond Showery, and unlike Malachi DeHenry, who killed his wife, and what's his name? Joe Bills Reynolds, who killed his wife, or John Baxter Hamilton, who killed his wife. Yes, I know of 3 abortionists who also killed their wives. The murder conviction in Showery's case was a baby that was born alive during an abortion, that his staff was so shocked by how big and mature the baby was. They were so shocked over him killing it that they went to the police. So, out on bail pending appeal. Meanwhile, Mickey, a divorced mother of 4, told her ex-husband, Gary, that she was pregnant around mid-March and asked for a loan to pay for a very costly abortion. She was explaining that she had to have all the money up front. This was in about March 17th or so of 1984. Gary said he knew she was asking for the money for an abortion, but she never discussed the details of the pregnancy or why she decided to go through with an abortion. Her youngest child at that time was 9 months old. I get the feeling not all of Mickey's 4 kids were also Gary's 4 kids, but might have been. I don't know. But the couple had met in high school, married in '73, and divorced in 1980. So Mickey had gone to Showery Southside Medical Clinic in El Paso, Texas on March 17th to look into arranging the abortion, and it was scheduled for April 11th. And the reason for the delay isn't mentioned in the coverage, but it might be because she needed some time to get the money together. So Mickey arrived for her abortion at 8:30 that morning, April 11th. She was about 19 weeks pregnant at that point. Now, she wasn't brought back to the procedure room until 2 p.m., and the documentation isn't really clear on how long Showery spent performing the abortion. Normally, an abortion at that stage of pregnancy takes about half an hour. Showery spent between 45 minutes and an hour performing the abortion, so he seemed to have been struggling a little bit. During the abortion, he tore a 2.5-inch hole in Mickey's uterus and severed a uterine artery, but he didn't detect the injury, sent her to recovery. Now, a nurse later noticed that Mickey was hemorrhaging, so Showery took her back to the procedure room and ordered a transfusion. It's not clear what else happened there. It wasn't until 5 p.m. that somebody called an ambulance. So, when exactly the worst of the bleeding started is unclear. The doctor believed that the doctor who received her at the hospital believed that she probably had been hemorrhaging for at least an hour before the ambulance was called, but probably longer than that if he started the abortion at 2 and didn't end it until close to 3 and didn't call the ambulance until about 5. Mickey died at around 9 p.m. during an emergency hysterectomy. Now, the grand jury handed down an indictment for involuntary manslaughter in Mickey's death. They determined that Showery had inadequately trained the staff assisting him, hadn't properly repaired the hole he'd torn in Mickey's uterus, and had delayed transfer to a hospital. A woman who had been one of Mickey's neighbors for several years told the El Paso Herald-Post, "She was such a sweet little girl. I really liked her. When she had her youngest baby, she was so happy, and she was saying she thought she might like to have more. And she was good to those kids. She did the best she could for them. I just can't believe she'd have an abortion." So here was a woman who wanted more children, and for some reason, a reason she didn't disclose to her ex-husband, she still wound up on the abortion table and as a result wound up dead. Now, while Showery was in prison, local pro-choicers rallied around with signs saying things like that Showery was a good man and that he helps the poor. And the fact that he helped Mickey Apodaca straight into an early grave was evidently lost on them. Now, the charges in Mickey Apodaca's death were dropped in 1987, but Showery remained incarcerated, serving a 15-year sentence for the murder of the baby. So, At least he didn't get away with killing everybody his actions killed.